all Captain No Fun could do was sneer and grunt at anyone trying to make conversation. No, I was pretty sure I was not a particular fan of Rome Archer in any way, shape, or form, be he a war hero and beloved older sibling, supposed nice guy, or not. I personally thought the man was going out of his way to be an asshat and make everybody else as miserable as he seemed to be. The boys who grew up with him, and even my girlfriend Shaw, kept repeating the litany that the ex-soldier really was a great guy and that he was just struggling since coming home. I wasn't sure I believed it, because nothing I had seen thus far indicated that he was anything but a grumpy, slightly unhinged bully. Which was a shame, because the guy was gorgeous. Like, it hurt to look at him gorgeous. All the Archers had some kick-ass genetics, but where Rule, my coworker and best friend, was gifted with all kinds of troubled bad boy swagger, Rome was straight-up masculine perfection. He was tall, way taller than the other guys, which was saying something since none of the crew was exactly petite, and he was big. He was broad and strong and strapped with muscles that looked like they had been used for survival, not just show. He had short, dark cropped hair, close to his head, and over the reflective lenses of the sunglasses there was no missing a jagged white scar that hooked through his eyebrow and down next to his eye. His face had a vivid intensity about it that just made him stupidly hot, even without the body that was bound to make the opposite sex dumb. I bet if he ever bothered to smile, panties across the nation would melt. I looked up as one of my other co-workers, Nash Donovan, popped up behind me and rested his hands on my shoulders. Nash was Rule's best friend, and currently living with the mountain of doom and gloom I was sitting next to on the lawn. The camp chair he was sprawled in looked like it was going to snap under his considerable bulk at any minute. I couldn't imagine a guy as mellow and laid back as Nash living with someone so dour and grumpy. But considering he and Rule pretty much hero-worshipped the guy, I figured it would behoove me to just stay out of it for as long as I could. "How goes it, Tink?" It was a simple question, but there was a lot behind it. I recently found out my first love, the guy who was responsible for shattering my young heart into a million irreparable pieces, was getting married at the end of the summer. I was having a hard time with it, and all the guys from the shop were worried about me because I was typically unflappable. "Oh, still looking for Mr. Perfect." That was my default answer. In order to prevent the same mistake, to prevent myself from giving my heart away so carelessly, I was bound and determined to wait for a guy who was all in with me. I wasn't settling for anything less than perfection, even if I had to wait forever to find it. The idea of compromising and ending up as lost and broken as I was when things with Jimmy didn't work out was too terrifying to consider. "Tink?" Rome's voice was gruff, and as rough as the look on his handsome face. Nash snickered and moved to take a seat on the other side of the older Archer. "Tinkerbell. She looks like a punk rock version of Tinkerbell." A dark eyebrow lifted behind the sunglasses, and I smiled sweetly at him. I do look kind of like a cartoon fairy. I'm short, have spiky blonde hair that kind of ended up all over the place, and my eyes are 2 different colors. I also have a riotous sleeve of flowers and filigree, tattooed from the top of my shoulder to my wrist on my left arm. It's brilliant and bright. I love the vibrant ink and often change the stud of my eyebrow ring to match the different colors. The nickname suited me, and I didn't hate it when the boys used it because it showed me they loved me as much as I loved them. Rome whipped his sunglasses off and rubbed his hands over his eyes. When he was done, I could see that not only were his eyes the most beautiful clear blue that I had ever seen, but they were also rimmed in dark circles and bloodshot with lightning bolts of red. He was most definitely a babe, but he looked like shit. "I shouldn't have come. This is all so wrong. Everyone pretending like Rule and Shaw playing house is something to be excited about. It's all just going to blow up. They're going to end up destroying each other, and I'm going to have to be the one to clean up the mess." At first I thought I heard him wrong, but I saw Nash wince and Rowdy, one of my other boys from the shop, tense up. So far, he seemed to be the only other person at this ramshackle gathering who hadn't been initiated into the Rome Archer fan club. That was a good thing, because Rowdy was probably the only guy in the group who could give the soldier a run for his money physically, should he decide to be a handful. "Dude, chill out. Be happy for Rule and Shaw. That's your family." Nash was always the most practical.